Because they were still wondering, what is he going to do that's going to benefit me? What is he going to do? So here we have the picture. Jesus on his knees with dirty feet in his hands. And as I thought about this, I thought about Jesus getting the basin and getting the pitcher of water, taking the foot of the disciples, unlacing the sandals and taking them off. And y'all, feet back then aren't like today where somebody has socks and tennis shoes. These feet would have been filthy. And he gets on his knees and he starts to wash their feet. Y'all, every group in the world has a chain of command or a pecking order. And even the servants had a pecking order. And the servant that was the lowliest, the bottom of the line servant, he was the one that washed the feet. Some would serve food, some would get the food ready. You had all kind of different jobs, but only the lowliest servant, the bottom line, would wash the feet. So Jesus girded himself, he knelt down, and he began to wash the feet of his disciples. This group of misfits, this group of sinners, he kneels down and he washes their feet. And as I began to read, I started looking for that scripture that says he washed their feet until he got to Judas Iscariot, the one that would betray him, and then he stopped. But you know what? It's not in here. Knowing that Judas would turn him over, knowing that Judas would betray him, knowing all of this, the scripture does not have, and he did not wash the feet of Judas. He knelt down, and one by one as they came there, he washed feet. And as Judas sat down, he took the feet of Judas and he started to wash his feet. How many of you, knowing that a person was about to cause you harm, that was about to turn you over to people who would beat and crucify you, hours before would kneel down and ask if you could wash their feet? Not one of us. It's hard enough to wash the feet of someone you love, but to wash the feet of someone you know is fixing to betray you, someone that is fixing to turn his back completely on you, and Jesus washes them anyway. John 13:7 says this. Jesus answered and said to them, "What I am doing you do not understand now, but you will know after this." It's amazing that he knew that what they were going to do in the next few days. And he was washing their feet, letting them know, even before you commit these acts of sin against me, I am cleansing you. Even before you turn your back on me, I am showing you mercy. That to me is such an amazing, remarkable thing, that Jesus, knowing what he knew, knowing what was going to happen to him from his closest friends, his family, he told his mother, "These are my family now." This was his family, his brothers. And he washed their feet and let them know, I forgive you, I cleanse you, I show mercy upon you even before you do what you're about to do. In doing so, he set an example. You ever been in a relationship where somebody has hurt you? And here Jesus is saying, I knew ahead of time, but I'm still going to bow down before them and wash their feet. A relationship where somebody has hurt you, and Jesus is saying in this scripture, offer forgiveness. Take somebody who has hurt you in your life. Take somebody, whether it's a friend, whether it's somebody in your family, no matter who it may be, even if it's somebody that's an enemy to you, take those people and reach out, even if it's symbolically, wash their feet and offer cleansing and forgiveness. And you say, well, Pastor, there's some people in this world that have done some things that I can't even stand to look at them. Have you ever been hurt by somebody and just the mere sight of them made your skin start to crawl? It made your stomach start to get into knots because you didn't even want to have them in your vision. You didn't even want to look at them. And as I was reading about that throughout this afternoon, I found myself singing to myself, turn your eyes upon Jesus. You see, if their eyesight and seeing them in your sight is what is causing you not to be able to get forgiveness and grant forgiveness and to wash their feet and to cleanse the situation, the problem may be that your eyes are on the wrong person. Your eyes are on them in that situation instead of your eyes being on Jesus. This evening, that is my prayer, is that anyone here who has any burden, anything within them that is eating at them, that is causing sin to be able to come into their life because of a situation they have with another, do whatever you can to seek them out and wash their feet. Jesus knew that he was fixing to be betrayed, and he washed their feet anyway. I want to end with this line from a book that I've been reading, and it says, relationships don't thrive because guilty are punished, but because the innocent are merciful. In any relationship, it is usually going to be the person who was hurt that is going to make that first step. Usually the person that has hurt somebody, usually the guilty are the ones that sit back. It's usually the innocent, the ones that were hurt, that have to make that first step. It was the same with Jesus. He never did anybody any wrong. He was hurt and betrayed by everyone, even his closest friend. But in the end, he said, I will be the one that will grant forgiveness. I will be the one that will wash their feet. I will be the one that offers cleansing, even though I have done nothing wrong. We're going to sing Amazing Grace. I know we sang it earlier, but sort of become a song that we end with here. I'm going to open the altar because you never know when something is going on in somebody's life that is eating away at them, and they're angry, and it could be something that's happened this week. It could be something that's happened 30 years ago. Sometimes that anger and that unforgiveness can travel with you for a long time. But tonight you can kneel as Jesus knelt, and in your mind you can picture yourself washing the feet of someone who has hurt you. And when you get up and leave from here, all of that will be gone. The altar is open for anyone that would like to come and find that cleansing. If you would, please stand, and we'll sing Amazing